Often customers ask about how to reverse engineer, reverse design. I have a part here, it's a faceted body, and they want to redo it, make it B-Rep, and what's an easy way to do this? So we have an incredible tool called Realize Shape. With Realize Shape, we can come in and using subdivision modeling, basically pushing and pulling, we can do things like this. So I'm going to create some geometry. I'll use Cage Polyline, and I want to draw on a face. So I'm going to pick a face, and I'm just going to start with this one. So I want to pick some points so that I can get basically 3 points on this face to form a plane. So now I have that. And then I could pick my points to actually draw onto this face. So I'll pick this face, and I want to just draw something to go around this. Now, these are the fastening areas that I care about, and the rest is just going to kind of be free-flowing, important but not super critical. So I'm also going to create one on this face. So I want to establish 3 points. So I'll pick that point and another point on the face and another point on the face. And then with that I can start drawing. So I'll draw in my polylines for this. Okay, so I have that. So next I'll create a polyline. I want to do it on this face. So I'm going to grab 3 points on this face. And then start drawing. And I'm going to draw the outer area. So I have that. So now that I have that information, now we'll go into the extrude tool, and I'm going to extrude these shapes, and I'm just going to eyeball it for right now. We can always go back in and change it, but I think we'll be pretty darn close. So if I draw it to there, and then do this one, draw it to there. Now this one we're going to do a little different. I'm going to grab it, and we're going to pull it all the way to this one. So there we have that. And now that we have that, we're going to subdivide it. So we'll split it, and we're going to split it into 2 parts and pull this one over here and this one over here. And now that we've done that, we're going to delete the center part. So we'll delete the center. So now that we have these surfaces, and it's just surfaced data. So what we can do is we can come in, we can just simply fill these surfaces so that they become solids. So I'll fill that one, just fill them all, and it just grabs all the edges. And the last one up here. So we're designing the area that that the part would actually attach to at this point. So now what we need to do, we'll start over here. We're going to start manipulating this data. So I'm going to grab this face, and notice I can just kind of grab right on the screen, and I want to pull this back a little bit. So now that I have that, now I could start manipulating it. Maybe I want to grab it here and pull it on down. So I have that. Maybe in this view, I want to grab it pull it in this angle, and maybe even make it a little wider. So I can do this with subdivision modeling. What I want to do is I want to grab this face and pull it out some more. So we'll pull it down here and hit OK, and then we'll start manipulating it here. So I want to pull it on down. And I want to set the continuity to sharp. So I always build my models sharp, and then I round them up at the end. So we have this here, and now what we want to do is pull it on over. So we could pull it on down, and we could make it thinner, because it appears that it needs to be thinner. Not a problem. So once we have that, now we can subdivide this face. So I'm going to split this face, which I was trying to do before, but this is where I really want it to be. And we can kind of pull it on up. And with the faces being subdivided, now I can do a couple things. One, I can finish the bottom, so I'm going to bridge that face to that face. And then the top face, we're just going to grab it. We're going to create a new branch. And I'm going to pull this on out. And that's just kind of okay for now. And then move it into position where we want it to be. So I'm going to say move my tool only, so I can move just the tool. And then I'm going to push this up here, rotate it around. Maybe pull it down a little bit, move it all the way out here, and then in this view we have to manipulate it also, so we'll pull it on over just a little bit. So we have that. So now what I want to do is I want to split this face, so I'm going to split this face, and I'm going to just split it in one. I'll split it here and pull it on up. Kind of get it about where I need it. Hit OK. Now that I have that, I can bridge that face and that face to get that arm. And then I'm going to do something similar over here. I'll pull this down. And then we need to manipulate it. So I'm going to grab it, I'm going to pull it down, rotate it a bit, maybe pull it out just a little bit, and we'll hit OK, and then we're going to maybe move it one more time. So we get another face. And see how that is. And then we can possibly move this face, this edge. So you can move faces, edges, points, or combinations. And then we'll bridge this area. So we'll bridge this face with that face, hit apply, and then we're going to bridge this face with this face and hit apply. Maybe we need to beef that up a little bit, so we can grab this edge and pull it over a little bit, make it a little thicker. So now that we have all that, so now what we could do is we could tell it we want it to be a symmetrical part. So we're going to make it symmetrical through this plane. So now it's symmetrical, And we need to make a few more modifications. So one easy one is we're just going to bridge this face here. And being it's symmetrical, you only have to pick one, and it bridges it all the way across. And then on this side, maybe we will subdivide this face or split it, and we're going to do it a little different this time. So we're going to grab this face, and we'll grab this face, and we're going to a long polyline, and I just want to split it between here and here. So we split that face, and now I can bridge just that new face that we just created. So we created that face. So I pretty much have what I need. So now the next step would be to set the continuity, and we're going to make it smooth. So we'll grab all the faces, make them smooth, hit apply, and now we're going to grab the faces that are not supposed to be smooth, and we'll make them planar. And we only need to do the one side because it is a symmetrical part. And we're going to make that sharp. It's more like what we're actually looking for. So I'm going to finish my design. So now I'm out of realized shape. I just created my realized shape part, and I'm going to temporarily turn that off. So now we need these holes. So this is a more traditional reverse engineering thing. So we'll go into the reverse engineering tools, and we're going to get fit curve, and then we'll do a circle, and I want to grab these point on facet vertex. So if I grab 3 of these, so I grab 1 and 2 and 3, I get a circle, and then do the same down here. So there's another one, and on the last one, so we have our 3 circles. I'm going to hide the faceted body. We no longer need that. And we'll grab our our part, and I'm going to extrude these circles. Right on through. And then we will subtract them. All right. So there's our part using realized shape. So we're able to reverse engineer it using realized shape, and this is a good quality solid model now with BREP data. Not that it wasn't good before, but it has BREP data. We can easily come back in. We can make any changes you want. So simple changes. We could, like if we wanted to make it wider, you know, I could make it 10 millimeters wider. I mean, really, you can do anything you want. If we want to stretch this out, we could pull this out. So it's very modifiable. Of course, these holes don't update because they no longer go through the part. But we can update it, and not only can we update it, but this is a good CAD model, so we can go back into the assembly and we can see our part. There's our new part built right in the context of the assembly. reverse engineered in minutes using realized shape, and we can even show that it's a good working part. So there you have it. That's reverse engineering a faceted part using realized shape.